And now we bring you that interview I told you about in the 7 o'clock hour. Now, Clos is one of South Africa's most decorated Olympians and is one of the most celebrated swimmers in the world. In 2012, he stunned the world with a surprise victory over Michael Phelps in the 200-meter butterfly out at the London Olympic Games. He has gone on to achieve many great things in the world of swimming, and he joins us today to reflect on some of those moments. And good morning to you, Chad. Thank you so much for joining us on Sports on Morning Live.
Great to be on here. Thank you so much for having me.
Chad, let's talk about how it all starts for a young Chad Clos, because you have this dream of becoming this amazing swimmer. Talk to us about those around you that helped nurture your talent from a young 8-year-old at the Seagull Swimming Club to Rio and, of course, 2012. How can we ever forget those Olympics?
I mean, it's been such an unbelievable journey, you know. Honestly, I can't believe it's gone so quick, you know, because I can remember those early days as a young boy, you know, swimming at Penzance as an 8-9-year-old. I'm grateful for, obviously, my dad and my mom for all the hard work they've done. And people don't understand the early mornings that they've had to endure, not just myself, you know. So I look at this as a team journey. To my sister, to both my brothers, it's been a family effort, you know, and I'm grateful to everyone in my life that's obviously helped me get here. So, yeah.
And I mean, I must say, Chad, you do have an absolutely lovely family. Every single opportunity where South Africans get a glimpse into the Clos family, it's always something very beautiful to witness, especially your relationship with your father. But Chad, I want to talk about perhaps when you look at this journey that you've been on and the decisions you made, because many would assume, okay, you've got a young Chad Clos, he's got the talent, he's probably going to want to go to college in the USA and swim with the Americans and just better hone his talents there. But you chose the opposite. You said, I'm going to stay right here at home, be around these familiar surroundings, being your amazing family that you speak about. Talk to us about that decision and how that came about for you.
To be honest, at the time, it was unheard of for any swimmer to be staying in South Africa. So, you know, everyone pretty much went to the States. So myself and Cameron van der Berg, we were the first homegrown champions, you know, and that happened in 2012. I think from there, it's kind of snowballed because obviously we've had unbelievable results in Rio and in Tokyo with Tatiana and Peter now and Matthew and Aaron. So we've all made it from home. You know, that was always a goal of mine. And I think from a young age, we never looked for the grass is green on the other side. You know, we always believe that, you know, we can have our golden moments here in South Africa. You know, you look at Drickus, you know, he's homegrown champion too, and look at the Springboks. It's truly an unbelievable time for South African sports. And I think, yeah, crazy to think that 12 years ago that I kicked it all off in 2012, you know, as a young 20-year-old kid in the same home that I'm in now, right now, you know. So it's been crazy. It really has.
And it has been a beautiful journey to watch. And let's go back to 12 years ago. You're in that pool. You're going up against a Michael Phelps, a man that you grew up looking to and wanting to one day better. And you managed to do that. You changed his medal color from what many thought would be a gold to a silver. Talk to me about that moment when you just came to that realization. And I know you've probably said this in so many interviews, so many times, but just talk us through that moment for you in coming to that realization and saying, oh my goodness, South Africa's very own Chad Clos has done it.
Guys, it's hard to put into words, you know. I remember that day as clear as anything, you know. We walked out for that final. Of course, I was a little bit nervous, but as a kid, you must understand that, I've said it before, Phelps is obviously my hero growing up, but all I ever wanted to do since I was 10 years old was to be in the Olympic final and obviously race Michael Phelps and to be Olympic champion. I played that race in my head 1,000 times before it happened. You know, when we turned for home, 25 to go, everything went to slow motion. I was kind of coming through. I remember looking over, I'm like, oh my goodness, am I going to do it? You know, touching the wall, I'll be honest, I did think I got second, but it was truly, yeah, obviously my greatest moment ever. But I'd like to think it's one of the most iconic moments, not just in South African history, but I think in Olympic history for sure, because that was the biggest upset, I'd say, for sure, in 2012.
It was certainly the biggest of success out at the Olympic Games in London. Chad, I want to touch on just the pressure that comes with being a Chandler Clos. So many expectations from so many people, and perhaps as people that are rooting for you, our support doesn't always come through the way it should and the way that we want it to, because it's, come on, Chad needs to win a medal here, Chad needs to win a medal there. How do you deal with that? Because perhaps at times you feel we're in your corner only when you're winning, but when you're not winning, South Africa's quiet.
It's actually well put. It's very well put. Just like Rassi said, pressure is a privilege. So I'm absolutely grateful for the pressure that I have over the last 15 years. I do feel like sometimes it can be a bit quiet. Like my dad always says, whenever you're winning, he doesn't need me because he's got everyone, and then when you're losing, that's when he needs his family and his friends the most. And that's very true. But, I've had a lot of highs and lows in my career. And you could argue and say that in a lot of sportsmen's career, a little bit more lows, because you don't get to see a lot of those battles that you fight. So I'm still fighting those battles. I'm good. I'm grateful for where I'm at in my life. I believe that I still have another crack, another 4 years. It's unfortunate that I got injured 4 weeks before with the torn upper trap. So not saying that would have given me gold or silver, bronze at the Olympics. Absolutely. I've been saying that for a long time. It would have been hard on my best day. But I still have a lot more to prove in the sport. I have a lot more to prove to myself. I'm 3 medals short of the all-time medal count in short course history, so I'll hopefully be breaking that record probably in 2 years' time, but hopefully get another medal or 2 in December for the world short course. So I'll be, I have a lot more aspirations, to break that Commonwealth record in 2 years' time. So there's a lot more swimming for me to do. And I believe there's another Olympics. So, I'm just grateful to be a part of another Games. And like I said earlier, to watch Tatiana win, to sing the national anthem. Every Olympics we've had, we've got to sing the national anthem. So it's been amazing, and I couldn't have asked for a better ride, but this is definitely not the end, And I have a lot of projects which we're working on now with my foundation, which are actually starting off next week in Cape Town and Joburg. So we're very, very excited. We have a lot to look forward to in life, and I'm grateful for all the sponsors and everyone that supported me and everyone back home. I really appreciate your guys' support. So thank you very much.
Well, you'd have to do a lot to get rid of our support, but I'm just speaking about that. What are your words of inspiration to the young swimmer at home that is sitting listening to Chandler Clos, one of the most decorated Olympians from South Africa? Because we look at what we were able to do in the pool. I spoke to Coach Roko out in Paris, and he said to me, for us, when it came to Peter, we just said we need to get him into a final. And with Peter, and we didn't do it with just one final, we managed to do it with 2 finals. But you'll still have people sitting and saying, oh my goodness, in the final he didn't finish where we expected him to. So what do you say to the young child sitting at home to say, listen, if you don't get it right the first time around, the second time around, the third time around, it's not the end of the world?
Firstly, I think Peter was an absolute rock star at the Olympics, and I'm not just saying that. He had a phenomenal Games, to come fifth in that final, and a lot of finals that would have been a medal or second place the time that he did. African record under the lights. He's still 19. He has a huge future ahead of him. Of course, like I've said, Tatiana, absolute standout superstar in the world of swimming. A lot of other great moments there too. Becky Meader, Kayleen Corbett, also in another final, back-to-back finals in the 200 breaststroke. Really unbelievable. My message is very simple because I'm living it, right? I'm 32. I was the 3rd oldest swimmer at the Games. Yes, had a bit of a stinker in some respects, but that is what it is. But I'm still pushing forward. I don't know what it's like to give up, and I don't think I ever will. So the body still feels good. The mind is absolutely bulletproof. It always has been. So my message is very simple. Just never give up. Do whatever you want to do. Don't listen to other people. There are going to be a lot of haters for sure, and that's okay. That's part of the job. But those high moments that do come along every now and again are worth every single low moment. So to everyone watching, stay the course. And just keep pushing forward, because you'll see there's only one man you have to fear, and that's a man that never gives up. So let's go.
Chad, absolutely love it. Thank you so much for your time this morning. We look forward to seeing what you're going to do about those 3 outstanding medals. We'll be rooting for you. We're behind you. You are a trailblazer, a pioneer, and thank you so much for inspiring a nation. Ladies and gentlemen, Chad Clos, they're one of South Africa's most decorated Olympians. He says he's 3 away from the record, and we will be rooting for him to hope that he does get it done. He says it's all in the mind. Just push forward.